Yeah, no worries. Take your time. Yeah, and then to get out of that, you can potentially click on the X on the top left corner. Yep,
Okay.
that resets it.
I need to
Oh no.
change my.
Yeah, the way to change your camera, there's a settings icon on the bottom toolbar. If you click on that, you'll see audio video settings. And then if you click on that, you'll see a drop down menu for your camera. And then you
Oh,
can just
amazing.
select whatever camera. Yep.
Amazing. Okay. We'll do that.
And then while they're getting ready, judges, I just sent you the sheet. Um, if you want to just put like thumbs up on the chat so we know you're good to go. And the way it's going to work, folks, as in Team India's getting situated here, team is going to present for 5 minutes, followed by any questions that the judges may have, followed by any questions that the audience may have, and then we'll just flow into the next team. And team 2 is going to be November here. Yeah, and if your webcam's not working on the one on the right, we got one other try on the left. And again, if it doesn't work, we could just do no webcams as well.
All right. I think I might be able to get the one on the left. I'm getting the streaming screen.
And then, are you the one that's also sharing your main presentation in the middle as well?
No, that's I think Marcus is the one doing the main.
Got you.
Yeah, he's sharing his.
What you can do is do a quick refresh, and then hopefully that should solve it. If it doesn't, we could just move forward. Sorry about the delay here, folks, but we should get started here fairly soon. And then after the presentations are over, we got some light games, and I'll get into that. Yeah, I think every team should have done rehearsals as well.
I think.
Yeah, no worries. If the webcam isn't working, it's totally good.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No worries.
I'll just be a voice.
Yeah, are you guys ready to go?
Are we ready, team? I'm ready, so I'll. Awesome. Okay.
And then yeah, for whoever's gonna be talking, just to make sure, press M as in Mike to unmute, and then put yourself on the megaphone, which is the megaphone icon on the toolbar. And then it sounds like you guys are ready, so go ahead and take it away. I'll start the timer when you guys start.
All right. So we are team Insane India, and our team focused on kind of like agriculture in the atmosphere. Our app name is Interstellar Greenhouse with the tagline of Sowing Seeds Among the Stars. Next slide, please. Our team consisted of Phil, Neka, and Gus, who focused more on back end and database things, and myself and Marcus worked on the front end and presentation. Next slide, please. So the problem that we are trying to solve is how can we determine the viability of growing plants in low Earth orbit given the unique environmental conditions of space? The solution, next slide, that we decided to come up with was to create a web app that offers detailed information on vegetable nutrient needs and checks if specific plants can grow in low Earth orbit using the space condition data to determine the best plants for space cultivation. Next slide. The tech stack we used for front end were React and JavaScript, Backend, we used Python and Django, and the infrastructure, we used AWS and Docker. Next slide. We believe that the value and mission of this app is to assist astronauts and space missions in planning which plants to bring, which will ensure a sustainable and nutritious food supply while in space. It'll also contribute to research or space agriculture, potentially benefiting future long term space exploration and habitation. Next slide. So because we're limited on time, we decided to select these 12 fruits and vegetables: tomatoes, potatoes, lettuce, carrots, oranges, strawberries, kale, broccoli, asparagus, purple cauliflower, watermelon, and cantaloupe melon to get started. I will let Marcus take it away with the demo.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Marcus, and I was a part of the front end portion of this project. So, as you can see, our demonstration will be on fruits and vegetables and how they can be grown in low Earth orbit. As humanity pushes the boundaries of space exploration, ensuring a sustainable food supply for astronauts and crucial challenge. As you can see here, there are cards that showcase the different types of fruits and veggies. When you hover over the cards, it gives a name and a brief description of that food type and how it will be harvested in low Earth orbit. So far, we only got 12 items, as Kristin said earlier. With future implementation, there will be more, including the search bar, when you can search of whatever kind of fruit or veg you would like to grow. So growing fruits and vegetables in low Earth orbit is not just possibility, but an emerging reality. Through innovative hydroponic and aeroponic systems, advanced LED lighting, and cutting-edge irrigation techniques, we are paving the way for sustainable space missions. These achievements and advancements not only support astronauts, but also lay the groundwork for future space colonization, where self-sufficient food production will be essential. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of space agriculture, and I will now be passing it on to Neka.
Hi, thank you. I'm Neka, and I'll just be talking a little bit about some of the work we did on the back end, along with Phil and Gus. Um, we did decide to use Django because it's something that's very robust and would allow us in the future to be able to build out some other features that we just did not have the time to do since it was only about a day and a half. We did find a few APIs that we were able to query. One of them was the Truffle API. And with this API, you're allowed to get information about plants, such as atmospheric humidity, pH levels, how much light would be optimal for a plant, things like that. And so we did find a couple of others. Another one was more of an open source called FarmCC. Something that
Neat.
was
Yeah, that's the 5 minute limit here.
okay.
Um, so I'll stop you guys here. Judges, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have one question. So the usage of this app is to help plan nutrition, um, vegetables growing in low orbit. Let's say like I'm a user and I'm planning out what vegetables I want to take on to like low orbit, like the space station. How would I be able to uh, click which vegetables I want and refer to that list later?
So yeah, that's actually a really good question. We have a database that is persisting some data in the background. One of the future things we'd like to do is to be able to have it where you can search with the search bar, be able to pick out like maybe some of your favorite vegetables and be able to save those so that you would know what the most optimal conditions are. And then also another feature is for you to be able to go into the system and find out when you're in low Earth orbit, or even if you're on another planet, what those the ecosystem, how it would affect the plant so that you would be able to have on hand all the things to make it the most optimal way of growing.
Perfect. Thank you.
I have a question.
Also, I was going to say, to add on what Neka was saying, when clicking on these cards, eventually in the future, when you click on one, it should take you to another page, and that page should have the details of everything it needs about that particular fruit or vegetable.
Awesome. How did you guys decide which vegetables to pick to begin with? Was it based on like nutritional value or ease of growth, ideal temperatures?
I'll try to answer that. So some of these I think were picked because some people enjoy them. What's interesting though, when I was looking at some of the data points are because some things come from the same family and they're only a variation, you would essentially get the exact same information. So I think that being able to pick something that you really enjoy and also is something that actually would work in low Earth orbit, I think those two things would be important.
Awesome. Where'd you guys get the inspiration for this project?
We toyed around with a lot of different things. I think we had some help from ChatGPT coming up with some ideas, but we all liked the idea of working with plants and the I guess the possibilities of what can be grown outside of Earth, like planet Earth, in space.
And if I could just add one thing, something that kind of I think helped spark the idea was we found that they're actually already kind of starting um, data points in experimentation with this. And one thing that I thought was really interesting was the fact that in space, they were able to grow wheat and it actually grew taller by 10%. And so it's very interesting seeing how plants react outside of their regular ecosystem. And I think it also gives you a lot of hope for what we can do in the future with space exploration.
Yeah, this is awesome. I could definitely see a future where, you'd have like astronauts come in here and write their logs and be able to share information about the plants that they tried to grow. I didn't know if you guys had taken inspiration from seeing The Martian and like Mark Watney's growing potatoes on Mars. So that's why I threw that question out there.
That definitely came up in our discussions.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. Thank you guys.
All right, I just wanted to open up the floor to see if anyone has any questions for Team India. Feel free to post it in the chat or the Slack, and we can carry the conversation asynchronously. Team India, great job. Please post your presentation and GitHub repo in the main Vets Hackathon channel and pin that. or I'll pin it, and then let's get Team November set up here. So Ben, if you're in here, Team November, let's go ahead and get you guys started.
Of course, let me go ahead and share my screen.
Yep, and then just a side note, make sure whoever's going to be speaking